This is a question I get asked often more than others. I have 85 million naira. What can I actually buy in this city? Today, I'm going to be answering that question properly with real numbers. The same 85 million naira can get you a 2-bedroom apartment in one part of Lagos and a 3-bedroom bungalow, detached bungalow with BQ in another part of Lagos. Let me show you what that money can do in 3 different places. Before we start, let me be honest with you. With 85 million naira, you can't get a house or land in top places of Lagos. However, you can get it in a position in corridors that are still moving. And that's a better place to be than most people think. Or instead of waiting or procrastinating your real estate journey, here are 3 different places you can spend 85 million naira in the city of Lagos and get real value. Number one of these places you can spend 85 million naira in Lagos and get value is a 2-bedroom apartment in the Avocado Smart and Luxury Apartment 2.0 in Abijo GRA. Phase 1 of this property has been sold. The phase 2 has been sold as well. It consists of 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom apartment. Smart apartment, fully finished, fitted kitchen. However, we have new units coming up at the moment, and with your 85 million naira, you can secure yourself a unit of 2-bedroom apartment in the Avocado Luxury and Smart apartment. That is on one side. Secondly, this 85 million naira can be spread across 6 months, interest free. Yes, interest free, which means you can make deposit of let's say 5 million or 10 million naira and spread your payment for 6 months without interest. However, there are other fees which include the survey, the legal and development fee, which sum up to 5.2 million naira. All these can be paid within a period of 6 months. It is a C of O titled property in the heart of Abijo GRA, just about 2 minutes drive to the Lekki Expressway. This option of real estate package is suitable for investors or first-time home seekers, but who want something for capital appreciation. This is because for those who bought into this property before now, they got 2-bedroom apartment in the phase 1 for less than 50 million naira, in the phase 2 for around 60 million naira, and now it's selling for 85 million naira, which means capital appreciation is one of its advantage. Then secondly, cash flow. Cash flow in rental income or Airbnb. For rental income, you can get yourself tentatively between 3 million, 3.5 million on annual rent in rental income. And for Airbnb, depending on your finishing and your packaging, you can get between 80k to 120k per night in Airbnb. The honest trade-off about this particular package is that for a 2-bedroom apartment in Abijo GRA, you have to be very careful with the kind of tenant you are bringing in. A bad tenant can ruin your investment plan. That's one. Then secondly, if you're going to be doing Airbnb or short let, you must put in a proper system that enables people to come in and out at least at a regular interval. If not properly taken care of, your cash flow plan may be disrupted or altered because people may not be able to come around as often as you wish to. So you need to put in the necessary marketing and management plan to ensure that your apartment gets the right occupant as often as possible. And secondly, with 85 million naira, you can get yourself a unit of 3-bedroom, fully detached bungalow with BQ on a land size of over 300 square meters inside Celebration Parkland Estate and Resort in Idera scheme Ibeju-Lekki. This estate is about 4 minutes drive from the Lekki Expressway, which make it suitable for residential purpose. With 85 million naira, all inclusive, no extra charges, you can get yourself a unit of bungalow. Though most of them are still under construction, which makes them like an off-plan package. However, it's a very suitable option for someone with an average budget for looking for a good property in a good location with a good title, because it comes with a C of title. So with 85 million naira, what you get is a unit either on outright payment or a payment plan that spans up to 12 months. If you are choosing a 12-month payment plan, all you have to do is a down payment of 5 million or 10 million naira and spread your payment. Even with the title document you see of, you can buy on a mortgage plan. Now, this option is first for capital appreciation. However, is majorly for cash flow purposes because it's a 3-bedroom detached bungalow with BQ. in a fully residential estate which contain other units such as we have bungalow, we have duplexes. So it's a fully residential estate which has something like a park and resort lifestyle in the estate. Now, for the main purpose, which is for cash flow, I'm getting around 3 to 4 million naira, even to up to 5 million naira per annum in rental income, depending on the management. Secondly, for Airbnb, looking at the location and the economic activity in this environment, the Dangote refinery, the mega project in these houses, there are needs for residential apartment, even for short purposes. And for short let, you are getting yourself around 120 to 150 to 200, depending on your own finishing of this apartment and the management structure in place. Short let is not just about getting yourself a unit of apartment for that purpose. It's you setting it up and putting in a plan and structure for it. This option is suitable for first-time investors as well, home seekers who want something in a calm and serene environment. Suitable for those looking for a property they can buy even on mortgage. Yes, and then suitable for traders who want a product that will give them regular and steady cash flow. However, the trade-off of this particular unit is the fact that because of the location, many people see Idera scheme, Ibeju-Lekki, as well, that is very far because Idera scheme is about 40 minutes drive from Ibeju-Lekki. And some people look at it that, oh, it's too far. So that's the trade-off for this. So you have to consider the option and the location very well. If it's for cash flow, ensure that the target audience are those that have regular business in this location. Also suitable for those home seekers or investors who value their own space. Not unlike apartment, you are sharing space with almost everyone. Whereas for a fully detached bungalow, you have your own compound and you can do your thing. You have your privacy. Number three option you can do with 85 million naira in the city of Lagos is to do what we call land banking or land trading. With 85 million naira, you can get yourself a 1,513 square meters of land in Royal Palazzo Estate behind Pan Atlantic University in Ibeju-Lekki. In this estate, 1 million naira gives you 18.18 square meters, and with 85 million naira, you get 1,513 square meters of land size, which you can hold for a period of 12 months with a 37% return on investment or profit when you are selling after 12 months. We are putting a structure that enables us to sell this land on your behalf and you get back your capital and profit as at when due at the end of 12 months. How does this work? Is that we have a couple of titled estates in Ibeju-Lekki as is, where a lot of people who are looking for short-term investments spanning between 6 to 12 months want to do land banking, however, do not want to leave their money for a long period of time. So what we do is they buy in this estate strictly for investment purpose, no plan for allocation, nothing, and then they hold for 12 months and resell after 12 months. However, you do not have to worry about resale as we have that system already in place. So with 87 billion naira, you get your receipt of payment, you get your deed of agreement, and then you get posited check if you want, or if you want the money to be credited directly to your account at the end of your holding or investment period. This option is strictly for capital appreciation, nothing else, because you are putting in your money and you are putting in your money for a profit at the end of a specified period of time, which could be 6 months, 12 months, or 18 months. And the return on investment is 37%, though it's being reviewed from time to time. However, I can get between 35, 37, or 40% as the case may be. For first-time investors, they may be getting 35 to 37%. However, for a rollover or for return investors, they can have access to 40% return on their capital invested in this estate called Royal Palazzo Estate behind Pan Atlantic University in Ibeju-Lekki. This option is suitable for only short-term investors or for savvy investors who would appreciate their money going out and coming back within a specified period of time. Those who have a low appetite of leaving their money for a long period of time. So this is suitable because it's a short-term investment package. Like I said, 6 months, 12 months, or 18 months. The honest trade-off about this particular plan is that though your capital is tied to a real asset, which is land. However, that is all it is. What you have access to is your fund as at the end of the investment period. If you are to convert this to cash, if you are to convert your capital to real land, you may have to start paying for documentation, development, and the likes. But as it is, what you have is your capital tied to land. You cannot have land in place of it. If you have to do that, you have to go extra to pay for what other people who want the land for residential or for project purpose have paid for. But for those who are short-term investors, those who want their capital tied down for just a short period of time, you don't have the land. What you are is a co-owner in that estate. And at the end of your investment period, what you have access to is your capital and your profits. We have a particular client who has been doing this constantly for the past 3 years. This client has been investing 100 million naira, and at the end of the 12 months, the client simply takes his returns, 37 million or 35 million as the case may be, use it to purchase a land in any of our estate in this same location. That's what the client does. The client doesn't own the capital, he just remove the ROI and use it to purchase a land. Now, because of that, he has gotten about 3 plots without spending extra. All he has to do is just invest his 100 million. And 100 million is right there in co-ownership package. He gets the return to acquire land somewhere else, and that's a smart investment for any savvy investor who want cash flow and who want his money to work smarter than he or she is working. If your main goal is cash flow, I will advise you go for the option one, which is a two-bedroom apartment in Abijo GRA because of the location, the traffic, and the economic activity in that location. If your goal is a strictly residential property in an exclusive location away from the noise of Lagos, I will advise you go for the option two, which is a three-bedroom, fully detached bungalow with VQ in Idera scheme. However, if all you want is just where your money would work for you and you want to be able to pull out your phone when you need it, I will advise you go for the option three because your money is there working for you. Every 12 months, you can either take your ROI to do another project or take your capital and profit and use for another project or roll over as the case may be. Personally, I will go for the option three. I have my 5 million naira as capital. I'm getting 37% profit every year, which is about 31 million 450. In total, that's about 116 million 450. Every year, I can either take out my ROI, use for something else, or take my capital and ROI, which is something that every savvy investor would love, access to their capital and profit when they want it. Now, if your budget is different from the one mentioned in this video, that's fine, no worries. All you have to do is send me a message with two details, your budget and what you are trying to achieve. Whether you're looking for capital appreciation or cash flow or even somewhere to build, I'll send you what is available with your numbers in this city this same week without pressure, no pressure at all. And if your budget is not enough for what you want yet, that's also not a problem. I'll tell you that too, and I'll tell you what your budget can reach at this moment in this city.